Hey, what's going on, everybody? Paul Turner here from the discipleproject.net. So glad to be with you today. I am super psyched to be with you because I like to do live videos. And watch this, I'm about to put on some lights, and because I didn't do that beforehand. But what I am doing is I love doing these live now because, quite frankly, I'm tired of editing. I used to be an editing monster. And now I'm like, no, I don't want to edit. I'd rather just bring you the information. And the information that I'm going to, wait, watch this. Bam, more light. And so what I'm going to share with you today is how to have, or how to include a theme with your calendar. Now, because you have in a normal, let's say semester, you have 3, 6, 9, you have 1, 2, 3 months, let's say, and that's 12 weeks. Now, there's messages, and you want kids to remember messages, right? That's kind of the whole art form of it, of preaching and teaching, is that you want people to be able to remember what you're saying. Part of doing that is maybe involving a theme that is not necessarily dependent upon the messages you're speaking, but the theme that you have for that semester, for the year, or whatever it may be. And so today I had a coaching session. I had my last coaching session with my friend Zach. Zach is a great client, great guy, great youth pastor. And we were talking about his calendar, and we were talking about the fact that part of it was that he didn't want to commit to it. Have you ever felt like that? He didn't want to commit to it. I said, buddy, you got to commit to it. And I said, I need you. I said, this is our last session is coming up. And when we do that, I need you to have a 6-month calendar done, right? Or 4 months. I think I said 4 months. I need you to have a 4-month calendar done. And it was really the inspiration of for this video of having a theme, because that's not something we talked about. But after looking at it on his calendar, I was like, oh my goodness, that's pretty incredible. I think we need to include that in a video. So as we do this, I'm sorry, I got one more light I got to plug in here because it's always good to have side lighting and front lighting. So let's make sure we get this and like kaboom. All right, there we go. Now we're lit all over the place. So let's go ahead and jump into it, and let's go ahead and get where we're looking at the screen here. So let me jump into my dashboard there, and here we have the calendar, and I'm going to make it bigger. That way you can see it, and I can see it. And we're starting off in July here. And we're not to the theme yet, because the theme is what we really talked about, and we're going to get into that. But as you can see here on his calendar, he has done a really, really good job of, once again, July. By the time July was done, this is where we were at. And as you can see there, he just has some normal things there. He's got his Sunday things. He's got some things he had to reschedule, as we all have, right? But when I get over to the next calendar part there, when we go to August, and I'm looking at that and going, wow, this looks even better. Why does this look so good? And I looked at the top left-hand corner up there, as you can see, it says discipleship focus, spend time with others. And it is just a simple thing that he put there that caught my attention. It says spend time with others. I said, explain that to me. What does that actually mean there? Spend time with others. He says, well, that's just part of our theme this semester, is that it's important to spend time with others, that Jesus spent time with others. And I know as a youth pastor, you spend a lot of time programming for the purpose of maybe just the event quality. Maybe it's to draw new kids in, maybe it's evangelistic. But how much do you spend in time creating moments where people just spend time with each other? I just think it's such a great quality. And so as we go through, I'm going to help you and we talked about this. We talked about, what does this mean? What does this look like, right, in a calendar? And by the way, please leave some comments down below if you have questions about anything I'm talking about today, or if you have to say, well, how do I come up with a theme? That's kind of an important thing, right? Maybe what is your youth ministry really focused on right now? For the next 3 months, spend time with others. Spend time with others. So we talked about that, and we said, well, what does that look like? What does that look like on a weekly meeting or on any of the events that you have planned there. And we talked about simple things. Let's start right at the very beginning of the week, right? We talked about he's doing a thing, as you can see, he's doing something called Royals, which I don't know if he was doing First and Second Kings, or maybe he was talking about kings of the Bible. Very possible. But what does spending time with each other on a Wednesday night look like? And for me, I can tell just a quick story. I noticed one time that I was a real stickler for starting on time, right? Just starting on time. Look, it's 7:30. Let's go. Everybody seat, so forth, and boom, boom, boom. We were off to the races. Well, what I noticed one night is like I didn't start on time. I was late, or something was happening where I couldn't start on time. And I noticed how much the students were just hanging with each other. And I was like, huh, they don't care that nobody came to me and said, hey, Paul, it's time to start. No, they were just enjoying one another's company, as teenagers often do. And sometimes in youth ministry, we cut out that spend time with together in order to get the program rolling. And so I want to encourage you, look where if you're going to have a theme of any kind, where do you have time and space within your programs to be able to facilitate whatever your theme is. For Zach's group, spending time with others is they do their small groups on Wednesday night. So at the end of the night, they have some small group time. They're spending time with each other. They oftentimes have at the end of the night, when they don't have maybe a small group, they just have some free time together and they're just hanging out. There's nothing programmed. It's all just spending time with one another. And you can do that in multiple ways. You can spend time with each other in prayer. You can spend time with each other in conversation. You can spend time with each other in multiple ways. And so I want to encourage you, if you're going to come up with whatever that theme is for your group, you've got to find ways to include it into your program elements. Otherwise, it's a wasted theme. It's a theme that you have that's like, it looks great on the calendar, but you're not facilitating that within the elements. You're not facilitating it on Sunday. You're not facilitating it on Wednesday. It's a great theme, but it's not something you're practicing. And I want to encourage you that if you do come up with a theme for your semester, your year, whatever it is, you have to find a way to integrate it. Otherwise, students don't care about it. If every time you say, hey guys, it's time to spend time with each other, okay, they're in for that. They're down for spending time with each other, whatever that looks like, in whatever format that is. And I use that as an example. Of course, when I say, if we're going into prayer time, I'm not saying, hey guys, we're going to spend some time together. You know what that means. And the students kind of know what that means too. You don't have to announce it that way. That'd be silly. But you just have to say, look, I have to be able to include whatever the theme is into the actual program that we're facilitating. And there's other things. Let me just slide over here real quick. On the 21st, you can see there, well, maybe you can't. On the 21st, let's go ahead and play. See if I can get that bigger. Right there on the 21st, you see a leadership. Well, once again, that's a different type of spending time with others. Leaders need to spend time with other leaders, right? If you put all the, or students who are desiring leadership versus those maybe who aren't desiring leadership. So he is planning a weekend for nothing for those students to get together and spend time together. Certain kinds of kids spending time together. And once again, how he defines that, whether that's good conversation, food, I think we all have our ideas of what that means, but it looks different for every group. All right, let's move on. In September, he's got Labor Day, church holiday. Once again, at the top, it says spend time with others. He's reminding himself, saying, look, this month is still spend time with others. It's not something else. I think what happens is we spend a month at a time. We have to say, well, this is this month's theme. And I'm saying, well, it's good, it's fine. But the question is, can you adequately include that in the moments of your program to where it's significantly remembered? Because otherwise it's just a slogan, and slogans are not very impactful. I mean, they're funny, or you remember them or something like that. But unless it's practiced, it's not integrated. It's not something they go, oh, that's an important discipleship value that we have as a youth ministry, is why not go ahead and have spend time with each other? And what does that look like? Let's see, he's doing several other things you can see there. He's doing RAD, which I don't know I can't remember what he said that was. RAD week 1, week 2, week 3. High school takeover. And I love this. This is something we talked about in his coaching. I said, because as many youth workers do, listen, we have a lot on our plate. And I said, guys, I said, Zach, why don't we just go ahead and hand it over to the kids one night? Why not have it? He did a middle school takeover, which was, according to him, worked out really well. It had its glitches, but it was the first one he'd ever done. And it turned out really well. Now he's had a template to kind of follow, and he's going to do the high school takeover. So that'll be kind of awesome. So I can't wait to hear more about that. So once again, that's about spending time together, whether that's in a planning session. You know, it's intentional. That's the whole thing about a theme. If you're going to offer a theme to your calendar, you got to go ahead and you have to be able to, you know, figure out what that looks like and who that applies to. Let's keep going. Let's go down to, let's see, going down to October, and we go to October. We have, I Have Questions. That's going to be his series. Once again, Spend Time with Others is over there as well. And he has a lot of, like I said, he has a lot of good things going on. This NerdCon all-nighter, I don't know if he's going to, I want to point out something else. On the 1st, you can see up here, you can see up there, it says Start Planning Camp Eagle. And he is on target with that. He has got that in the ballpark already, saying, hey, I am thinking about camp, and I'm going to make sure kids know that camp is coming up. You just can't. I mean, not that kids are going to sign up then, but you can never talk about camp too early. That's my opinion, but I think it's a pretty good opinion. And then he had this thing here. Maybe there's something you can steal from his calendar. Is NerdCon all-nighter. What would that look like? What if you had a NerdCon? What if you had like a con, and once again, when it's safe and all the things there, but what if you had like a NerdCon youth night or all-nighter or a lock-in or whatever? Like if it was treated like a con, like a real nerd geek comic book con. If you've ever been to one, they're super exciting. I've been to them, and they're super exciting. They have panels. They have all kinds of things. What would that look like as a theme? And then one of your things would be spend time with others. That would be clearly a theme within the night. What does that look like, spending time with others? So I just think that's just a great theme that you can use with that. Let's move over to November. And November has some cool stuff on it as well. Let's see, we have With You, spiritual growth surveys, you know, all kinds of good things. And once again, and now he's moved into Use Your Gifts. So for those three, for July, for September, October, and part of November, he's still moving with the theme of saying, hey, you know, we're going to spend time together. That's critically important. And I want to show you his final calendar here as we kind of wrap things up. I hope that I have shared with you some valuable content here about your calendar and why themes are important to your youth ministry. They're important to kids remembering, but it's more important for kids. The greatest way your kids will remember something is if it is practiced. That a theme, what makes a theme different than a slogan is that a theme is weaved throughout your year. It's weaved throughout your Wednesday nights, your midweek, or your Sunday nights, or your Sunday school. Whatever that theme is going to be, it's weaved through it. Otherwise, it is just a slogan. So once again, lots of things there. And one last, before I get to the thing, here's December. He's got his Christmas party down, which is great. But one thing that I see here that he has is, and I just love it, is the over here. Let's see, try to move this thing real quick. There we go. Over here, he's got, and this is I hope he sends me pictures, called the Christmas Open. You can see that circled there. And what that is a miniature golf tournament. He is taking rooms in the church and decorating them various themes, like you would go to a miniature golf course. And this would be he's doing it with his kids for fun, which is great. But ask yourself, would this be a great fundraiser? Like a miniature golf course in your church and outside your church, set up, right, where you have 9 holes or 18 holes, and people brought, I mean, you could make a big day of it. I mean, golf themed. I love it. If he came up with that, Zach, if you came up with that, you're a brilliant, brilliant man. And I recommend that, because if I was still full-time youth pastoring, that would be on my calendar for sure, either as fun or as a fundraiser. Absolutely. So So that's really the whole deal there. And I'm going to move into the last little part here as we end our time together. And as you can see here, he's got January, using your gifts. Once again, using your gifts. If that's the theme for those 3 months, and you have to give students the opportunity to use their gifts. You have to figure that out. I don't care if it's having a talent night. I don't know if it's inviting kids to a leadership weekend or giving kids leadership responsibilities within your youth ministry on a Wednesday night, on a program level, all those kind of things. Those have to be included, right? Because if you're not, it's just a good slogan and your kids really won't remember anything about that. All right, let's look at the final deal that he has here. And I think this is so on your marketing. And here's why this is important. On your marketing, he has everything listed there. He's got his titles of all the various messages. He has all the outreaches, all the leadership thing, the middle school breakout, which he's going to have again in October, which I think is fantastic. But he has there discipleship focus. It's on your marketing. It's on your cards. Discipleship focus, spending time with others. If it is only in-house, if the only people that know are your students, I think you are missing a great opportunity to let your congregation, the community, your pastor, parents, if it's not in your email, if it's not in your social media, you're just missing an opportunity to really drive home that 3-month theme that it is weaved throughout everything. Like I said, the difference between a slogan and a theme is that a slogan, you just say it and you move on. If you're going to have a theme, it's got to be practiced and put out into the universe where people can see it and know what you're about for those 3 months because you're practicing it. You want kids to come because you're saying, hey, we're going to spend time together. Come find out how we do that, right? And let's see, I think he's got one. That's it. Well, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little session here that I have. Once again, I'm committed to being with you guys every Thursday, whether that's first thing in the morning or whatever it is. But I put up videos every Thursday, and I would love for you, if you're brand new here, I hope you enjoyed the content. And I also hope that you want to be a subscriber. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe link. If you have questions, anybody, whether you're new or you're a regular here, leave them down in the comments. Do you have a theme for this semester? If it is, what is it? Leave it down in the comments. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you like the video and you want more of them. And that is it, guys. I want to say thank you so much for your time today. Appreciate you being a part. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. We'll talk to you guys later.